Your relationship with your money probably started long before your first paycheck or even your first major financial mistake. Around the ages 14 to 21, you started to step into your own identity and started to be more independent. And this can be around the time where you started to actively engage with lack or abundance in a material way. It's where you get a little more autonomy. Between 14 and 21 is where you're kind of branching out, stepping into your own adulthood in your own way. And this would be around the first time you actually interacted and not just watched how money flowed or didn't flow in your environment, in your family, with your friends. And here's the thing, it didn't just start from scratch. These are things you carried, patterns, beliefs, habits that were modeled for you up until this point. They were modeled to you and for you through your parents, through your friends, through TV, through social media. So think back to your first big interaction with money around that time. Was it learning to save for something you really wanted? Hustling for your first paycheck? Feeling that underlying stress of wanting more, needing more, and not being able to have it? And here's what's wild, right? The way you responded at that time is more than likely how you are still responding right now. If you believed that you needed to hustle in order to make the money you wanted, you probably are dealing with some form of exhaustion now. If you experience scarcity in a major way, you probably are creating ways that reform that in your life right now. But what was learned can always be unlearned, and what was hurt can always be healed. And healing your money relationship has nothing to do with erasing the past. I have grown to learn that it comes through understanding it. It comes through looking back at those things that occurred, honoring who you were that got you to this point with those same exact thoughts, beliefs, and habits, appreciating it and choosing something new. There's no need to punish yourself for the mistakes you've made. The shame showering, all that stuff is necessary, and it's also stuff you've learned. I'm pretty sure those are things you've learned through the people in your environment when you were a child. This is what you do around these situations, around money, around blah, blah, blah. Let's start some shame showering around how you should be, who you should have been, how you should show up, should, or feeling guilty around having too much or not having enough or needing support. So, what did you learn about money in your teenage years? How did you react to money or the lack of it around that time, especially when you were becoming more independent? Do notice, how do you interact with money today? Do you hoard? Are you avoiding things? Are you piling up? Are you chasing? Who does this behavior remind you of? What situation in your life is this a familiarity with? And we just want to look at awareness right now. We want to look at, this is not about like taking some grandiose action, right? It's just, where am I with these things? What am I experiencing with these things? How do I feel about these things? When I do this, why am I doing that? Is that something that I want? Is that getting me the desired result that I'm out looking for? Because, you know, does this work? So those early years set the stage, but they don't define the play. You're not bound by those habits, those thoughts, those beliefs, those experiences that you had from back then. You're not confined to just those things, nor are you limited by the hurts that you're still carrying now. And money is neutral, but you're alive, and so is your interaction with it. And you get to decide how it feels, how it flows, and how it aligns with the life that you want. You're the power here. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Love you. Ciao.